Name a better duo than Steve Yzerman and acquiring Lightning players. Today on the waiver wire, we had ourselves the news that Gemel Smith has been claimed by the Red Wings. He was put on waivers the other day by the Tampa Bay Lightning because he was injured the entire year. He got sent down to actually give him an attempt to play in the AHL with Syracuse, but because the way his contract is structured, he needed waivers. He's 27 years old, and he was not able to get that free AHL pass, which made him available to all NHL teams. Now, for the most part, I think a lot of people, including myself, had this kind of predetermined idea saying, okay, well, Smith hasn't played since last season. He's been injured the entire time. He needs this AHL stint, so he's probably not going to get claimed, right? That is until Steve Yzerman came over here and he was like, oh, there you go. Thank you very much. He's mine now. Now, we know the Red Wings are not the worst team in the league this year. Like, they're far from it. They're one of the middle-of-the-pack teams, which means that all the other teams that were actually down there in the dumps and lower on in the standings passed on Gemel Smith. Meaning that Steve Yzerman taking this guy probably had something to do with a few other organizational things that they probably felt could have had a fit instead, and they didn't really care, saying, okay, well, you haven't played all season, we're just going to insert you into our regular lineup. Now, why is this cool? Why is this a significant move? Firstly, because, yeah, Red Wings waiver wire pickups are always very nice to see, but secondly, because Gemel Smith has a brother. And if you're a Red Wings fan, you probably know exactly who Gemel Smith's younger brother is. It is Givani Smith. Now, Gemel is 27 and Givani is 23. Givani is one of the more harder-working Red Wings on the team. He's only got 4 points in 31 games played this season, but that's okay. We all kind of know which Givani Smith, that is, brings to the team. There are two G. Smiths now that I realize it, so we're going to have to start using first names. Givani is one of the harder working guys that really gets involved on the Red Wings, and he's a lot more of a fan favorite than he is a point producer. Gemel is sort of in a different boat, where Gemel has not really had that opportunity to really break into the NHL full-time. He has been a very good, very consistent AHL point producer ever since his days heading over to the Tampa Bay system in 2019-20. Starting out with Syracuse, he had 40 points in 50 games played for the Crunch that year, and then last season he had 6 points in 3 games played, and 3 points in 5 Lightning games. One game he had 2 assists, I believe, and that was about a year ago. So, facing off against some injuries, Gemel Smith has had a very limited amount of playing time in the past year and a bit here. So, the Red Wings, a team that isn't really expected to go all the way and win a Stanley Cup, there isn't really too much of an expectation like there is with the Lightning. I think there's a lot more of an opportunity for a guy like Gemel Smith to come into this team and actually make somewhat of an impact, especially if he has more to show off like he did a year ago for the Lightning. Now, what does this mean for the brotherly connections on the Wings? Hey, it means we're going to have 2 Smiths over here, and it honestly kind of plays pretty well into other things that Stevie Yzerman has done, because you take a look at the Toledo Walleye, the Red Wings ECHL affiliate. They signed themselves a guy by the name of Adam Larkin earlier this month, and Adam Larkin is a name that sounds a little bit familiar to Detroit Red Wings captain Dylan Larkin. And yes, it's because they are cousins. So, moves like these, picking up Gemel Smith, a former Tampa Bay Lightning guy, on waivers to add to Givani Smith on the team, signing Adam Larkin to play in the same organization, technically. They're separated by a few rungs, AHL, ECHL, NHL, and all that, but it's the cousin of Dylan Larkin, not to mention the fact that Chris Draper's son, Keenan Draper, was drafted by the team, last year, so there indeed is a pretty good, or was that last year? No, I think it was 2 years ago. I completely forgot. There's a really nice familial thing that Steve Yzerman is building up in this organization. Obviously, I don't really think it's going to be the biggest priority in the world. Obviously, if it was, they probably would have gone out there and tried to make a trade for Andrei Svechnikov back when Evgeny was on this team. But just seeing that there is a possibility for all this familial stuff to come together with the Smiths and the Larkins and the Drapers. Of course, you still have Tyler Bertuzzi, whose uncle Todd has ties with the Red Wings as well. There indeed is a whole bunch of stuff that Yzerman is doing. So what exactly could we expect to see out of Gemel Smith now heading over to the Red Wings? Well, hopefully some games. He was supposed to play in Syracuse, which is why he got sent on waivers in the first place, but getting a full-time chance with a regular NHL club sounds like a good deal, especially since this guy hasn't really played all too much in the past anyway. As long as Smith comes into the lineup, he works hard, he gives an honest effort out there, I'm pretty sure Red Wings fans are going to like this guy, especially considering how much they love Givani Smith already. I mean, the guy's only got 4 points in 30 Red Wings games, but he is somewhat of a fan favorite. Everybody loves this guy, and the work ethic he throws out there on the ice. How many guys does this make from the Tampa Bay Lightning? It's, okay, Gemel Smith, Ernie is on this team, so is Nemestikov, and Mitchell Stevens too? Yeah, that's a lot of Red Wings that are former Tampa Bay Lightning players, so I guess Stevie Y is really going out there and just establishing the Tampa Bay Lightning as his own farm team now. Oh boy, I know I've got to piss off the Lightning fans by saying that. Fun fact to end off this video though, based off of the Elite Prospects page, because I'm looking at both of the pages for Givani Smith and for Gemel Smith, because they're so separated in age. Gemel was born in 94, he's 27 years old. Givani was born in 98, he's 23. These two haven't played on any hockey teams together ever, at least according to Elite Prospects, because when Gemel Smith was in the OHL in 2010-2011, Givani Smith was like 13 years old, and he didn't make the OHL until 2014-15, which is right around the time that Gemel Smith made his way over to the AHL for Texas, so these guys have been pretty separated their entire hockey careers. They've played separately in the AHL at the same time, but that's about it. Other than that, though, I mean, this is going to be the first time ever that both these guys are going to be on the same hockey team, and there's pretty much a guarantee that Gemel is going to be on the team because he was on waivers. He was a waiver wire pickup. If the Red Wings say they don't like Gemel Smith and they want to send him down, they can't. They're going to have to pass him through waivers again, and then Tampa Bay can just claim him once more. So there's pretty much a good guarantee that Gemel's going to be sticking around with the team. It's another forward to add to the roster and the rotation of guys that are already on the wings, which is pretty exciting when you consider the circumstances behind it. So talk to me in the comments, what do you think about Gemel Smith coming over to the Detroit Red Wings? If you are a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, please give us a little bit of a scouting report, because when it comes to the way Givani plays, I'm not really too sure if Gemel exhibits the exact kind of profile there. Sure, you take a look at Gemel and you see the penalty minutes. He can rack them up like Givani does, yes, but because of how capable this guy has been at scoring at the AHL level and in that one game he had against Florida a year ago, it kind of, in my mind, makes me believe that there is somewhat more of an offensive ceiling with Gemel. Obviously, he's 4 years older, right? So he's a lot more mature in that development-wise. But talk to me in the comments if you're a Lightning fan. What are we getting? What are the Red Wings getting? I'm not a part of the team. I'm not even in Detroit. What are the Red Wings getting with Gemel Smith? Is he another just grindy, workhorse, hard on his sleeve kind of guy like Givani Smith is? Is there a little bit more of a balance with offensive potential? Let me know in the comments all your thoughts about this player and the Red Wings acquiring him. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.